Larry with Aspen here at the Seattle show. We've got Bill with Wallas Furnaces here, and he's an expert on how to turn and use these new controls. And I know some of you owners have trouble with these new controllers for the Wallas furnace. So Bill's going to give us the easiest way to turn it on, and then there's some more fancy ways to turn it on. There's even a way to hook it up to your phone. So here you go, Bill. You ready?
Yes.
All right.
All right. So when you power up for the first time, you'll see this screen. And you can decide if you want to start it in manual mode, which is 1 through 6, or if you want to run it in thermal control mode, which is temperature or ventilation. So we're going to go ahead and try it in manual mode here.
So what button did you push, the very first button?
The very first button I pushed was the left or right to select which one,
okay.
But the middle button is how you actually activate it.
Okay.
And now I'm going to set the power down low because I don't want 6. So I'm using the left button to go down. If I want to go up, I'd use the right button.
And this is just manual mode,
this
so
is
super
manual
simple.
mode.
Okay.
And then I hit the center button to set it.
Okay.
Now because we're at a show and I don't want it running, I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, which is this orange power button right here. So I highlighted it by using these.
So you're basically shuttling back and forth with the arrows, and then when you select what you want, you push the middle button.
Exactly. So this is left, right, so you're shuttling. This is enter.
Okay, good. And it's off.
And now it's off. So
okay, and it turned off quickly. Okay, good.
Yeah, because we haven't gone through the whole start sequence. Now say you've had the boat powered up, you've used it, you see this screen, and you want to start it in thermal control mode. We're going to go up and highlight the top bar, which is right there. So now we have a choice of manual, thermo, ventilation.
And thermo's like thermostat.
Correct.
Okay.
Ventilation's if the boat is hot and stuffy and you want to move some air, you can turn the fan on and move air around. Okay. And then we have the settings screen, which is where you find your device stats like hours, air code, voltage, serial number, and a few other things.
All kinds of stuff. I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, you can change between Celsius and Fahrenheit here.
Okay.
So we'll go into...
How do you get out of that?
So highlight it again, and then I'm going to go over here. I'll go to thermo, and here we are. We show 68 degrees. I say want it to be 72. I went and highlighted that, and now I can use the right arrow to go up in temperature.
Right.
Say I want that temperature. I'm going to select that.
Good.
Now I'm set for that.
All right, and it's going to work just like your house furnace.
Yes.
Okay.
Or very, very close to it.
Okay.
One little note, if you ever see that the room shows no temperature, like it says minus temp,
right?
That is because the unit is not seeing this puck or the wired sensor.
Ah, okay.
And so if that happened, it'll end up running at 1% for you, and you're wondering why the heater's not really running.
Right, okay.
And it's because it doesn't know what temperature
Does that little puck have a battery or anything in it?
It does. That's a good question.
Okay. How long will it last?
Usually the battery's good for about a year.
Okay, all right.
And
so just change it every year?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's easy. Okay, great.
And so we're here, say we want to start it. I'm going to use this button to draw it. I can use either to drop it down to right there to that little thing here. I'm going to highlight it, long start.
So you held it down for a little bit?
Yeah, you hold it down for a couple seconds.
Okay, good.
It'll say long press to start.
Okay, good.
And now it's going to go through and start starting.
Okay.
Again, because we're in an environment where we can't actually run it, I will shut it down.
Okay.
To do that, I will go over and highlight that again. Long press to stop. And now it's going to
shuts down.
Yes.
Okay, good. And then there was a way to hook it up on a phone too, right?
Yes.
So, how hard is that?
Jim.
Jim has the phone.
All right, so I got the Viking.
All right.
Okay, here, let me power the Viking up.
All right, we're going to hook the power up to the Viking. Jim's going to hook us up with that. My owners are going to love this because they've been so frustrated with these new fancy controllers, and it's not obvious what to do.
No.
You know?
So you download the Wallas app.
And so to get that, you just ask your phone, Wallas app, and it pops up.
And it's going to pop up a little code there.
Okay.
So you type that into your phone.
Yeah, that gets loaded into the phone in the app. Okay.
It's going to pair.
All right.
So it's saying connecting.
Good.
It'll say device added.
Ah, okay. Good.
And that,
all right.
You can start it up right
so
there.
that quick, it's ready to go on your phone.
Yeah. So
okay.
We're going to start it in ventilation mode, so you just long press just like on the other one.
Okay.
And there you go. So you can see
there.
Okay. You change it.
And then what else can you get to on your phone with it?
So you got all your stats there.
Okay. User hours, and voltage. Oh, there's a lot of information.
Yep.
Oh, so you don't have that on the other display.
And then this one you can add another heater, or that's how you got it the first time right
Oh,
there.
very interesting.
You can also connect the unit to Wi-Fi
Uh-huh.
and run it via internet from a remote place.
Ah, so if you had your boat plugged in and the power went out, and you still had the internet, you'd be able to turn your heater on.
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of cool too. All right, anything else we're forgetting?
You were mentioning that some of that information wasn't available on the panel. It is under settings.
Oh, okay.
So you can see what your voltage is there. You can see the serial number.
Okay,
You
good.
can see the software.
Okay.
And you can see running hours.
Oh.
And if it throws an error code, you can go
So it
there
is
and see
available
what the
there
error
too.
code. Yes.
I thought this was cool. This is actually the burner that's inside there. It's not as big as you might think. So it's got an outer shell and then a little inner piece, and yeah, it's pretty cool. This is the starter.
So this will be your glow plug right here.
Yeah.
This is your thermocouple.
Okay, that's the temperature measuring
This is the
device.
temperature probe.
Right.
And then the fuel needle, where the fuel comes into the burner from.
Right. Okay.
And then if we pop this apart, you look inside, and there's a mat where the fuel drips onto that ignites
interesting.
and burns right there.
And then this whole thing is inside a box inside the heater.
Yes.
Oh, that's super cool. Awesome. And then the other thing we talked about was sometimes in the spring they'll lose prime, and that could be for kind of two things. The most likely one is where the fuel hose connects up into the bottom of the furnace. This fitting might not be tight, and it lets air leak in, which lets the fuel run out. And then the other possibility is that the clamps, and there might be an air leak down where it connects to the tank. So interesting stuff. Great stuff. All right, Bill,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
All right, bye
All
now.
right.